I couldn't wait to show you that before looking at the set. Yeah, I've been so kindly lent this R1 from Canon for a week, so I'm going to be doing a review on it. Can't believe I'm holding an R1, but yeah, review to come on that. Really excited to give it a test. I know some people are saying it's not much far different from the R3, which I obviously have, but I've had a quick look at it, and there's quite a lot of differences, including some, like the menu button, the mode button, that's similar to the R3, but to the R5 that I'm using for that I use on the 400. So yeah, can't wait to get it up to speed with that, and I'm gonna put all my R3 settings and copy them and send them over into the R1 and see if I can have a go at the eye focusing. That's going to be really important. So yeah, more of that next week. And also, I don't know if you can tell, you probably can, but the bokeh on this, the depth of field on me at the minute, it's absolutely amazing, because not only have they lent me an R1 for the week, they've also lent me a 100/500. That's not here yet, so can't wait to get to grips with that. I'm going to be doing a bit of landscapes with it, or wildlife with it, or certainly some aviation next week. I've got the week off next week, it's half term, so Harry and me are going to go and do a bit of plane spotting, so I'll be taking the R1 and the 100/500 with me for that. So a review to come on the 100/500 as well. But not only that, but the lens that is creating this fantastic bokeh, look at it, background's lovely and soft, is the RF35 1.4. And as you can see, the focusing is fantastic. Look at that, as I move it, look at that, it's really quick. But yeah, and I just thought, what am I going to use that for? Perhaps I'll do some woodland. And I thought, wow, I know what I can do. I'll try it on making a video. And yeah, look at that. It just looks fantastic quality. I'm just looking at the screen, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. But anyway, really excited to give them three a try. And yeah, I'll try the R1. I'm going to put the R1 on the 70-200 on Saturday for my game at Sheffield Wednesday. So yeah, I'll be giving that a good test run, and I'll let you know the results. But I'll do a full review on it. I'll do a review video on it, and I've been looking forward to getting the R1 off Canon for ages, and I cannot thank Canon enough for sending it out to give me a go and let me do some reviews. So anyway, apart from that, let's look at last week's set. Right, yeah, so I made my way over to Coventry City last week. Been there once before this season, which was nice. It's nice to get back there again. And of course, it was FA Cup weekend. So it was Coventry City, Championship side, versus Ipswich Town, Premier League. And a really good clash. Obviously, they'd have met each other last season twice, so they sort of knew how each other played. And it was really interesting to see, because Ipswich are really struggling, bless them, in the Premier League, and they're at the bottom of the table. And Coventry are doing quite well. So I went Coventry. Did I go Coventry attack first off? I can't remember. We'll see in a minute. But anyway, it was a bit of a toss-up whether to go Ipswich or Coventry. I couldn't quite decide. And in the end, Coventry went to win Ipswich went to win 4-1 in the end, but yeah, bit of a thrashing. But anyway, let's jump into the set. So yeah, just a few ground views again, something a bit different, and then it is a lovely ground to photograph, nice photogenic ground, and we've got the Frasers and CBS on the seats, so that makes a nice view. And then I went back outside again, and this Ipswich fan was getting a picture or getting a selfie with every single player, including every single Coventry player, so which I found quite ironic, being an Ipswich fan. But yeah, he was keen, the old boy was. And then there's a wall that sort of separates the car park from the ground, and I went and stood on it, and I got a nice high view of just fans congregating outside. Obviously a lot of Ipswich fans here waiting for the team bus to arrive, so that just made a nice general view of the Coventry City Superstore there, and then some Ipswich fans arriving. Now I'm stood, it's a nice position, there's a nice bridge comes over the main road next to the stadium, and these three Ipswich fans were making their way towards me, so I'm sort of stood on the fourth step down, and just got a lovely angle, makes the fans look really powerful. And he just happened to be doing, I think he's doing a bit of a selfie video, to obviously sending it perhaps to, that's probably his two sons, I'm guessing, and he was doing a film to his wife probably, and he was chatting away. So yeah, just made a nice image. and then back down for the Ipswich players arriving, and got some nice high fives. One of Kieran McKenna. Again, I'm knelt down here to make your subject nice and big, nice and strong and powerful. And yeah, he gave a nice smile. And then inside the ground again, just to get some natural stuff of the players having a look round, really. So yeah, 1 or 2 players gathering on the pitch before kick-off. Then we're into warm-up. And can you tell this is on the R5? Because he was only doing little kick-ups, little keepy-ups. I'm at 1600th look. But look at that ball, slightly oval. And I'm going to ask for an R5-2 next, I think, and give that a go. But we'll see if it eliminates that. But I'm not sure it will. But yeah, a bit of warm-up. Liam Delap, he's in the news at the minute for Ipswich. So I just got one of him. And then a general one of the players warming up. And now then, it was funny. We got to about 5 to 3, and we all went to the dugout to get the managers coming out and the handshake. No sign of any Ipswich Town players or the managers. Turns out, I asked one of the stewards, I said, what's the delay? Because it's 3:05 and no one's out. Turns out there was about 4,000 or 5,000 that were stuck outside the ground, fans trying to get in. So they delayed it for a bit. So Ipswich all came out and started warming up. And then with that, the ref came out and said, oi, in, we're ready to go. At about 3:10. So this is him just telling the, I think the warm-up coach or one of the physios, get your lads in, we've got to get back. But documenting that in an image was quite difficult. So I had to make sure I got my caption right. So yeah, I think I just put something like, referee advises to the Ipswich coach to remove his players off the pitch after a delay to kick off, because he wanted to get kicked off, something like that. So yeah, and then he's on the radio here just saying, come on, we've got to get on, sort of thing. I've asked the players to leave. And another one here saying, come on, off you get. And then away we go. Managers came out. One of Lamps looking a bit concerned there. Another one there, look. Penny for your thoughts, Lamps. And same with Kieran McKenna, look. And off we go. Now, within, what time is it? I think we kicked off about 10 past, 12 minutes past. Within 1 minute, I think, penalty to Ipswich. And I got off my seat, made sure that I was in no one's way. I went a bit tighter to the goal because I knew he was a right footer. And if you're quite wide to the corner flag, all you get is the player's back when he's taking a penalty. So I went just on the inside of it, made sure I wasn't in the way of any other photographer. There was 3 or 4 of us there. And managed to get this penalty shot. And yeah, 1-0 to Ipswich. He started running our way, and then with a jolt, he went and ran the other way. But as you can see, I've got the blooming one of the microphones here, pitch side microphones. But just 2 or 3 of them celebrating with him, and off we go. And then just like that, we're at 20 past. Look, Coventry go and score. And I can't pronounce his name. Begins with an L. What's his name again? Latabadir. You'll correct me. Latabadir. Anyway, he went and scored. Lovely header, far corner, and got 1 or 2 of that going in. And then celebration wasn't too great because they've only levelled the score. So yeah, I made sure I left this nice and wide just to see that you see a bit of fan reaction as well. You know, I suppose he makes it there, being in the Coventry colours. But yeah, they quickly equalised. 2 or 3 more of the celebrations, and then we're off again. And I love stuff like this. I love getting close and personal to player places ball down for a corner, and it even looks better when the players have got tattoos. Look at that tiger on his hand, and yeah, made a nice shot that. And of course, different ball with it being FA Cup, sort of an orangey peachy colour last weekend, and so that was that. And then this is a nice stock image, what I would call a nice stock image. If ever he's in the news, I might see that somewhere, you know. So that got sent off as stock. That's my example this week of a stock image. And then pretty quickly, Clark made it 2-1. Nice quick. Now that's interesting. I forgot about this. I left it wide with these 2 players in, and then I also sent the exact same image as a crop, just to make it easier. If someone was looking, one of the agents were looking, one of the clients were looking, and instead of having to say, oh, we'll have to crop that, go away, go past that one on to the next one, same image but crop. So whether or not they enjoy it or not, and whether or not they appreciate us doing that, but that's what I tend to do sometimes. It makes a nice clean shot then. So that's a wide one, and that's a nice clean one. Yeah, it's a nice strike. And then 2-1 Ipswich. He ran the other way, so he did do a bit of a celebration with Townsend. But yeah, and then the rest of it, I think. Oh no, that's about all we got because they ran off then. Then Sammy Smodic got injured. He did get up again from this, but then he went down again. So I thought it's quite relevant because he's one of their star players, signed for Ipswich this year, and one of their star players. So I thought it was quite relevant that I sent that in because I don't know how long he's going to be injured for, but he certainly looks pretty dejected there. And this is 3-1 now. Clark scores another. Bit of a messy frame, this one. He went and then just slotted it past and in for 3-1. And again, he ran the other way. So it's through the net, but not too bad. You can see what's happening here, a bit of a celebration. Then he went in front of the goal and I got one or two more. Oh, here we go, look, here's the ball. Now this is actually at half time. I went and grabbed one of the balls off the little podiums that they sit on around the pitch and just put it on the grass, just focused on it nicely. Turned my settings right down, look, so I'm down to 1/60th to get the ISO at 250th, 2.8. Focus just here, and so there's a nice bit of depth to this image. And yeah, that was me getting one of the balls sorted. Bit annoying though, didn't notice that blade of grass, look, which really annoyed me afterwards, but is what it is. Nice one of the captain's armband, because obviously it's different, it's got FA Cup on it, so Emirates FA Cup, so that was quite nice. Went and got that. And this is the pan blur from last week, and quite like that. Obviously some high vis in it, but got away with it, I think. And his face is nice and sharp. Got a player coming to close him down. Ball's nice and spinny. Lovely backdrop, lovely blurred backdrop. And yeah, so that always works well. 30th, f8, 1000th ISO, and yeah, it works quite well. And that, incidentally, if you haven't seen before, it's just the first time you're watching the video, I've got them settings on a second set of settings that I use. Some of you guys use back button focus, I don't. I've got those settings in there, and it's programmed on the R5. When I hit that, goes down to a 30th, do me pan, release it, and it goes back to 2000th of a second again. And that's how I get my pan blurs nice and quick. And just a nice bit of action here, bit of goal mouth action. Second half obviously now, and this is 4-1. Slotted it in. It was a really nice tight angle, and he slotted it past the keeper. Nice bit of sequence here, look. Again on the R5, lovely pulling, but that ball's lovely and sharp. Look, keeper's sharp, goal scorer's sharp, and just pulling out a bit as the ball goes in, and then bit of celebration. Lots of grumpy faces here, look, and bit more celebration, and that's that. And then I'm sort of thinking, right, I better get some of lamps because he's going to be looking quite dejected, and he did. I don't think he knew how to overcome the defeat, and he's looks like he's kicking the ground there, but he's actually just taken a step, but sent that in as a bit of dejection, you know, or reacts. Oh, this is a nice sequence. I think I've got 3 of these lads here. Yeah, second and then the third, and nice sequence that, and lovely backdrop, lovely clean backdrop. You might argue that that lad just pulls your eye a bit, but nice clean backdrop that. Bit of a pull on the R5. I quite like that. And it's getting quite dark now. Look, I'm at 1600th, ISO 12,800. So there's a good example of how the R5 can cope with massive ISOs. Yes, it is a little bit grainy on the depth at the back, but these two are fine, easily usable on a print, and that is a massive pull as well. So yeah, 1600th, 2.8, 12,800 ISO, and I'm happy with that. I'd be happy if that was used, but. A bit more, Liam Delap just controlling the ball there, and just another one of the Emirates FA Cup arm patch, and then that's it, full time. And just made sure I got one of the goalkeeper celebrating towards the fans. I was obviously sat in front of the Ipswich fans, and Frank Lampard came on, and some of his players started walking off, and he went, "Oi, have a walk around the pitch and applaud all the fans." So that was just him telling them what to do there. He didn't look very happy, did he? And then the Ipswich players come towards us, and just some nice celebrations. Some cracking tats on his arm. Look, he's got a proper sleeve. In fact, he's got a wolf there. Look, didn't notice that. And obviously his daughter's name there. But yeah, tattoos always add to the image. One of Kieran McKenna enjoying himself, and then I saw him doing that, and I thought, what's he looking at? And I looked to his left, my right, and they're all grabbing Clark to push him forward to do a bit of a celly. And yeah, he just celebrated in front of the fans, and that's it to finish. So yeah, good game that was. Nice to go back to Coventry, and a good run there and a good run back, and nice to get a bit of FA Cup action. Yeah, so this Saturday I'm at Sheffield Wednesday, so looking forward to that, not too far to go. And next weekend after that I'm at Norwich actually, good old journey down, 4.5 hour journey down. Might make a weekend of it yet and have a night down there, but we shall see. So yeah, a couple of good games to look forward to. I did do a bit of rallying last Sunday actually, went to the Riponian stages in the North Yorkshire forests. I did film some video on it, but it's going to take a lot of clipping together because I was taking stills, R3 70 to 200, and I was using the focus tracking, and that's what the video's really that's what it's aimed at, focus tracking for motorsport, because it worked perfect every time. So yeah, that's videos coming up, but I did stills on the R3 whilst filming the action with the rally cars coming past on the iPhone, a bit like I did in Greece with the aircraft. So yeah, and I've also filming it on the R5 behind me, so I've got all them, both clips to put together as well as the stills, so it's going to take a bit of doing, but I'll get that video out in the next week or two. And I was mega impressed at the focus tracking for motorsport, absolutely brilliant it was. But yeah, so that's coming up. Like I say, got the RF 1.4 to sort out, and this beauty, the old R1. Cannot wait to get that going, so that'll be spot on. I love this lens, it's absolutely fantastic. Really like, it's making me want to get one just for vlogging, because I'm sure you'll agree the quality on this week's video is brilliant at 1.4. I've had to turn my lights down. First time ever I've had to turn my lights down because it was just too bright, and really when you're doing video with a small aperture like that, I'd need like a 10 stop on the lens or something, which I haven't got for this lens obviously, so I've had to move my lights right far back, but really impressed with that lens already, as you can tell. But anyway, job's good, I'm getting excited. So hopefully the next video you should see will be an R1 review, all being well, and I'll combine that perhaps with the 100 500 as well. But super excited to get them going and use them in anger. More of that to come. Have a great weekend, guys. Do let me know if you're shooting this weekend and where you are. Always look forward to reading the comments, and I'm trying to get through them as quick as I can. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. Job's a good one.